lovely Sagittarius. Lovely, lovely. Hello, lovely Sagittarius. Hello, lovely Sagittarius. I don't know what is going on with my voice at the moment. I'm opening my mouth, all sorts of noises are coming out. Some of them match my intentions and what was in my head, and some of them don't. Hey ho, right, this is for you. If you are Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross-watching, maybe a little cheeky, cross-watching for a Saggy. I'm going to take 2 overall energy cards. Okay. Oof. Okay. We talked a little bit last time about 2023 and how some strife followed you around a bit in 2023, which in my experience of Saggies is not the norm. I'm not to say that your life is like a million blessings 24/7, but of all the zodiac signs, it's the closest. You know, Sagittarius has Jupiter as their ruler, and it's a planet of luck. It's a planet of expansion. If you know a Sagittarius, another one, and you've observed them, because it's quite hard to observe yourself, you will see that they move easily in the world. You know, they don't have to work as hard as everybody else. I think you're very, 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 very lucky to be a Sagittarius. You don't need to graft in the same way that other people do, but you do need to be inspired. Okay, because inspiration for you is the kind of petrol in your car. Other people get jealous of Sagittarians because it seems like their life is a bit of a breeze from the outside when they're not a Sagittarius and they don't understand. Now, last year, I feel like there was, possibly for some of you at work, there was either a person or an organisational policy or something that kind of went against your grain in quite a big way. So I feel like, and it could have been in a romantic relationship because obviously you're all different, but I feel like you were a bit chased down, which is unusual because anybody with any brains knows that you don't restrict a Sagittarius because you won't get the best out of them as an employee or as a partner, actually. Sagittarians must be free. You're mutable, you're fire, you're ruled by Jupiter. Okay, so I noticed throughout 2023 when I was doing readings for you that there was this King of Swords character, there were other swords cards coming in, that it felt a bit like those 1980s like magic shows, you know, when you sort of, I can't remember what it was, but you'd have like a person and they'd be lying down and then there'd be this thing with swords would come and they'd get closer and closer to their face, you know. We loved that sort of thing in the 80s, didn't we? But it was hemming you in and it was stressing you out, which is, again, unusual. Most things off the shoulders of Saggies, they're moving around, they're having fun, or they're seeing the light side of things, or they're just deeply in some other philosophical stuff. So what I'm getting here for your 2 overall energy cards is very, very beautiful. 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is telling me that something to do with last year and now and a while ago and whenever, you need to sort of, it's coming to a bit of a fruition. Even though I think you're kind of quite a lot out of that energy now, because I'm not getting those readings as much, I feel like the universe is saying deal with your loose ends, but they're not just loose ends. They're kind of, okay, let's say you were writing a book. This is writing a good ending. That's it. Obviously, you can have a book without an end if you want to, but it doesn't really work. People aren't satisfied, no conclusion. 8 of Cups, Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is what I call the headmaster planet. It is the pernickety health and safety guy, you know, who's saying, where are your boundaries? How much money have you got in the bank? Have you got insurance? Have you got employer protection? Have you done a health, you know, all that kind of stuff that Saggies and Pisceans, we're just not interested. We're mutable. It's like, yeah. Chickens emotionally are coming home to roost a little bit, but it's also a chance for massive empowerment. Okay. When we get this card, well, as a tarot reader with many, many years experience, when the Eight of Cups comes up in a reading, you ignore it at your peril, because it's a big card. It's an 8, which is, and I only noticed this the other day, it's kind of infinity vertically, isn't it? But in tarot, 8s are cards of movement, and you can see it's always in the Eight of Cups, they're always walking away. When you take a planet like Saturn, a planet of restriction, doing the right thing, being very morally upright, being accountable, having boundaries, and you mix it with Pisces, which is the Eight of Cups, you get, as you can imagine, almost Pisces getting a right telling off from Saturn saying, get your house in order now. Okay, so that's what's happening to you, but you got this cheeky 7 of Wands, which I rather like, and this is empowerment. It's also about boundaries, but it's fire sign stuff, and you're a fire sign. So there's a water sign card here. You may be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But more importantly, this water sign card is to do with your emotions around a situation where you have been squeezed, psychologically cornered a bit, restricted more than you would like, challenged, been on the receiving end of jealousy, whatever it is. Okay? Or in a relationship, there may have been a challenge on your freedom in some way. 7 of Wands, Mars in Leo. So think about that. Mars, the planet of war, and Leo, a fire sign planet now. We get feisty. So it's kind of feisty here. You can see this bubble of protection. And this Light Seers Tarot, they always have such a good way of doing it. That's why there is a bubble of protection around this person. I can't remember the name of the yoga pose, but I know that I can't do it. I know, back when I did really like quite complex yoga, I could do lots of things, but I couldn't do the sitting one that you do at the beginning and the end. I had to have a cushion under my knee to manage it. Anyhow, the Rider-Waite version of the 7 of Wands is a man with a big stick. Loads of people are coming towards him, like this, and he's like, got my big stick. And it's to do with your boundaries, your baseline, your bottom line. Over the next few weeks, Saggy, and we're in kind of eclipse season, so that's even more spicy, you are being called upon to eclipse certain people out of your life and to invite other people in, but also old patterns, old behaviours, things that keep you restricted, maybe even your own, like self-generated ones. So let's say you've let your exercise plan go. I know. Such as it is, right? Maybe you walk every day. You do 5,000 steps or whatever it is. Or you drink water, makes you feel better. Or maybe you're absolute freak and you love the exercise and all the rest of it. Maybe you've been letting some of it go, and this is to say it's time to get back to it. Stop cheating yourself. Draw a line, okay? Draw a line. For most of you though, although there's some personal aspects, this is about other people affecting you, affecting your freedom and your ability to be yourself. Now, why that's really important is because Sagittarians, like I say, you run on luck. It's like the petrol in your car. So if people squeeze you or you don't get to be in that sort of free kind of environment, your luck starts to run out, and that's no good for you because it works against you. And why should you work against yourself or allow anybody else to work against you? It doesn't mean you're going to get absolutely everything you want, but you're going to get a lot of what you want because you tend to be in the right place at the right time, talking to the right person. You know, that's your juju. That's being a Saggy. Don't let anybody squidge that. Devil. Right, devil can be a person. It can be a toxic person. It can be a toxicity that's in your life. It can be a super tempting person as well. I think this side always gets overlooked. It can be an ex that you can't stop inviting in for coffee. You know, it can be just somebody who is influential and exciting, you know, and just presses these buttons. What I'm getting for you, actually, weirdly, is all of your chakras lighting up like you're in an arcade game or something. This person pops your cork, okay? And this might have been, you know, last year. It could be the same person. It could be now. Let's have a look. Four of Cups, emotional neutral. Poof, we twist and turn like a twisty-turny thing, Baldric. Okay. When we get into Four of Cups territory with you, it's quite rare for a Sagittarius to switch off emotionally, to get into this kind of neutral. Okay. I think you have trouble managing this person in the Devil card. For some of you, of course, God, judgment, cripes, goodness, right. For some of you, this could just be a very difficult boss at work and issues are coming back about that, or you're getting a bit of flashbacks about that, or you literally have to make a decision about if you're going to leave that place or person. Let's have a look at the cards as they stand. Okay, we're going to do some, I'm going to pull on some specific love reading cards here, and there will be an extended reading. So the extended reading, I take the love cards that already exist and we see what came up in the YouTube reading, and then we clarify. In this, I can see there'll be a lot of cards we clarify from here, like the Eight of Cups, the Devil, and Judgment. And we use all the different funky decks. So if you want that, if this resonates, it's the first link in the description box. Thank God for the Six of Swords. Okay. Let's go down a bit so I can, because these are so beautiful, aren't they? Can you see this? Distancing yourself, making boundaries, the temptation, because after all, we wouldn't need to do this unless there was something that was pushing our buttons. Either pushing our buttons for freedom, pushing our emotional buttons, or our chemistry buttons. Any of that, or all of the above. Could be everything. Ding, 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 full house. Then we get the need at least to move into what I would call emotional neutral. You need to see this clearly, this situation, whatever it is, whether it's personal, romantic, work, public. You need to be able to see this with unencumbered eyes, not without emotion kind of in the background. Judgment tells us, as it always does, that there are links to the past, but we kind of knew that, and it might just be back to 2023. But for some of you as well, empowerment and how you deal with difficult people may go back to 8 years old, if you look at this card, and may go back to your experience of the masculine at an early age. Okay? If that is you, you're going to know, you're going to have, it's going to be an aha moment, a light bulb will go on. Okay? So that's how you know if that's you. Six of Swords, moving away from this, but not by running or jumping, but actually, see, when you go, the interesting thing always about the Six of Swords is that you take the swords with you in the boat. You can see some of them there. Sometimes in the Six of Swords in the Rider-Waite, and in this case it's the birds helping. Sometimes there's another human. In fact, most of the time there's like a ferryman in this card who is helping people over the river or over the sea or into the boat, or whatever it is. They're sailing the boat. They're navigating. For some of you, if there has been a very difficult relationship that really sort of took you apart, maybe even tore you apart, you know, just really did a number on you. This may be your final kind of passage of that you're able to move on from that. And there may be somebody just in the distance or around who is wanting to step in, wanting to help. For your love life, I get the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, now all of this could be about your love life. I think for some of you, this is about your career. For some of you, this is about your past love life. For some of you, it's about your present. Only you will know that. The Queen of Pentacles is this very elegant queen who is the queen of what I call velvet waiting. Okay, and I'm going to take another card to go with it. Oh my God. Okay. You're going to have to use all the tricks in your book, everything you've got here. The Queen of Pentacles is your ability to be able to style it out when you're waiting. So in other words, you're not in a sweaty rush. You're not desperately trying to work this out. You're not desperately trying to move on to a new person. You're not desperately anything. You're actually quite calm, because as a Saggy, like we said before, your strength lies in knowing it's going to be all right, in levity, in Jupiter, in trusting the luck of a situation and having no evidence. It's like, it'll be okay. It will be okay. Everything will be all right. That's your mantra, by the way. Everything is going to be all right. Queen of Cups. This is you when you go into that side of yourself that is rarely talked about in astrology books, where you are manifesting, where you're doing whatever your individual weird work is. We all have our own. Maybe you've got an altar, maybe you've got a favourite stone, maybe you go walk in a certain place, maybe it's tarot, maybe it's love spells. I don't know. It's your thing. But do your thing. Okay? Do your thing. Yeah. You may also find that during this, what I think is a very important transitional period for you, that you literally just feel so tired physically. And again, this might be why you've let any exercise routines go, or you're just more sedentary, you're not really feeling it. Here's permission from the universe to just go back to bed or on the sofa, or, cripes, who wouldn't like a lovely nest? There's those ones on Amazon, aren't there, that look like dog beds, but they're for humans. So tempting. Anyway, rest. Rest, Saggy. It's quite serious because you are depleted and you need it. Saggies don't tend, in my experience, to get minor chronic things as much and as quickly as other signs. You tend to keep on going and keep on going and keep on going, and then you can't keep on going. You're like, oh my God, I can't keep on going. Preempt it. Rest. Take yourself seriously. And then we have the Death card. It's like, rest. I tell you, rest. Okay, so you will, and this is a big shift, you will make your big shift. We have the Death card. The Death is Scorpio. Think about Scorpio season as well. 20th-ish, 22nd of October till about the 20th-ish of November. Never get my dates right for star signs, not after 25 years of doing it, but there you are. You will get your big change. It may also be linked with a Scorpio person. Yeah, look. 10 of Wands. Kiss goodbye to going up that mountain one more time. No, 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 no. This is it. This is time. You've reached this sort of, it's not even a fork in the road. It's like, fork that road. I'm building a whole new road. Okay? It's a big, big shift. You're jumping tracks. You're going in a different direction. Yes, I knew this. It can only be good. This is Knight of Cups, offers coming in, love offers, someone, that person who's almost hidden in this Six of Swords, coming up, stand up to be counted. I mean, Saggies love a bit of quality. We've got the proper picnic. We've got a bowl of balsamic vinegar and olive oil. We've probably got some really good sourdough from a proper bakery. We've got a wax sealed envelope. He's written a letter. Love me a wax seal. And decent flowers. No chrysanthemums that stink of cat pee from the garage. Proper horse that almost looks like a unicorn. He showed up good. Right. In the extended reading, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to look at more of who that could be and how, because it's nice and I want to, but also where you're coming from with the Eight of Cups, the Devil, Judgment, and the Death card. And then we will also pull cards on the other person. Who are the other people in your life? How do they feel? What is going on? Are they hiding anything? What's the best way forward? We've got a lot of work to do here, Saggy, and I love that you get Doorway. It's one of my faves. An opportunity, oh yes, is about to present itself that leads you to a new person. Mwah. Love it. Okay, if you want to join me for the extended, that's where I'm going next. It is the link, first link in the description box of this video. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste, lovely Sagittarius.